We're at Baker Street Grill I can't say this morning, this afternoon. What is this? Black bean burger with avocado and salsa and pepper jack cheese on a pretzel bun, which is interesting. Turkey BLT wrap. Yours is pretty boring compared to mine.
It is.
What is that?
Bacon, no.
Chicken bacon ranch.
Chicken bacon ranch. Something like that.
I
Want a better picture? Look at that.
Oh, that does look good. It was buried by all the fries. By the way, hello everyone and welcome to Monday. It's actually much later than that last clip showed. We were having lunch and now it's time to make dinner. And you're probably saying, well, what happened all day? Honestly, not a whole lot. We pretty much were trying to help my parents send us pictures of an apartment that they visited. As you may or may not know, we're trying to find a new apartment because we are leaving Columbia, moving back to Myrtle Beach. We have a place reserved, but it's kind of expensive, and we're really not super happy with it. We want to find something that's bigger and cheaper. Shouldn't be hard to find because the place that we got is really expensive and kind of small. So, my parents have been looking because obviously we're in Wisconsin now. We don't have time to look, and we need to move at the end of July, so they're really busting their hump trying to find a place for us. They found a place they really liked, that they think we would really like, and I told them to take the digital camera and go take pictures of it, which is good, and they did it, and I was happy. The problem is my parents are very computer illiterate, and they don't actually know how to send us the pictures, so I spent all day trying to teach them how to send pictures to us. And you're probably thinking, all day, really? That seems like a stretch. Yeah, well, about that. My parents have an old Gateway computer. It was a media center computer that has a TV tuner and a bunch, like a 9-in-1 media card reader on the front. Here's the deal. Last time I reformatted that computer, I didn't install the drivers for that card reader. You're seeing where this is going, sadly. So I didn't install the drivers for that card reader. And the reason was we'd never used the card reader. Anytime we needed to hook up a digital camera, we used a cable. Well, me and Mal moved to Columbia. My parents didn't use the digital camera for anything, and we took all the cables. So they needed to hook it up to the actual card reader that was in the computer. They went to do that today, and it didn't work because I never installed the drivers. Yeah. Unfortunately, the story gets even better, or sadder. I went to Gateway's support page for the computer model, and they had the wrong drivers on there. They had the drivers for Windows Vista, which is not even the operating system that came pre-installed on the computer. The computer's kind of old. It was running XP. Anyway, so I was trying to search for all of these drivers all day, couldn't find anything, just going crazy, trying to figure out a way to do this. Eventually, I told my parents, I said, you know what? Go to Walmart and buy an SD card reader. So they went to Walmart, spent $8, came back with an SD card reader. We guided them through how to get us the pictures, and we finally got the pictures. Hooray! Awesome, right? Anyway, we looked at, there was 2 apartments available. We looked at both of them. There's one that we really like, and it is much cheaper and much bigger than the place we currently have. And I don't want to show it to you guys because I don't want to, get you hyped up for something that may not happen. I don't want to get myself hyped up for something that may not happen, but we're going to try to go through with the process, and assuming we can grab it, then I will show you guys where we will be living for at least the next year. Hopefully that we'll get that place. Anyway, what was I saying? Dinner. Yes, it's dinner time. For dinner, we bought some of these Tyson Anytizers. I had these in college and they were really good. These are the honey barbecue flavored ones. You can get them boned in, but with all the crazy technology of boneless chicken wings, why would you want bones? I'm serious. Why would anyone want boned chicken wings? I don't actually get that. You can eat these with a fork. Anyway, so we're cooking the batch of these, probably more than we need, but whatever. But we're also being healthy. We're cooking broccoli. I mean, it's not in the pot yet, but it will be. Dinner is complete. Broccoli and Tyson chicken. It's the honey barbecue kind. Yeah, you can tell I already got started because there's some missing. I can't help myself, man. It's really hard to train myself to film my food before I start eating it because it's just so good, and it is good. And Mallory, you've never had the Tyson chicken thing, and you like it? It's pretty good. They're pretty good. If you guys haven't had the Anytizers, pretty decent. I mean, they're not bad. Also, I got a cup of ranch because, come on, I can't eat this stuff without ranch. Also, tonight, we're going to be watching the other movie we rented, which is the one I wanted to see, Requiem For A Dream. And the reason I wanted to see this is because ever since I was in, a freshman in art school, lots of different professors and lots of different classes have told me to watch Requiem For A Dream, and I never did. And every time I thought about it when we were at the video store, they didn't have it. And now they had it, and I was like, let's watch this movie. So we're going to watch Requiem for a Dream and see what all the fuss was about. But before the movie, we wanted to get custard. Culver's custard. We don't have Culver's in the South. Mallory loves Culver's. She worked at the Culver's for quite a few years. And Culver's, for those who are unaware, Mallory compared it to Chick-fil-A. Not that they serve the same type of food as Chick-fil-A, but the, I don't know, reputation that Chick-fil-A has in the South, Culver's has in the Midwest. And it's kind of hard to explain that to people that aren't familiar with either of them. But if you know what a Chick-fil-A is, and you know the kind of reputation it has, that's kind of what a Culver's is like.
They serve burgers, not chicken.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, they serve different products, but anyway. One of the things they have is custard. They're known for custard. They have a different flavor every single day. Today's flavor was chocolate eclair. Mallory said it was one of her favorites, supposedly, and she was like, I want to get some, so we went and got some. So now that we got this, we are all set for the light to flicker strangely, and we can finally watch Requiem for a Dream. Okay, well, we just finished watching Requiem for a Dream, and that was a trip. Wow. What are your first thoughts on it?
I don't even know.
Okay. I liked the movie. I did like the movie. Is it going to be like in my top 10 films or anything like that? No, but it's an interesting film, very interesting, and I remembered when I started watching it, not very far into it, why I was told over and over at SCAD to watch this movie. For one, it's definitely an art film, like very experimental, very a little out there, but it's really cool from an editing point of view. It does a lot of very unconventional things with edits. So I would recommend, because I know there's a lot of people that watch this that are really interested in editing. I would recommend anyone who has an interest in editing, who wants to do that for a living or just as a hobby, to watch Requiem for a Dream. I'm also going to throw out that Requiem for a Dream is one of the most adult films I think I've ever seen.
It's up there for me.
It's pretty up there. It's the highest one I've ever seen for drug usage ever.
Yeah, definitely.
The movie is about drugs, like hardcore. So it's an adult film, so don't watch it if you're not an adult. That's my warning. I threw out that warning. But you know, if you are interested in editing, I would take a look at it, because it basically will show you that you don't have to follow the conventional means of editing a film to have the film progress and make sense. You can follow the film even if it's done in this crazy way. And once it's done like that, and you're 20 minutes into the film, and it's doing that, and you're used to it, then you know you come to expect it, and it's not jarring. It's actually a part of the film. It's really hard to explain. Anyway, about when did I make the pie comment? It was like 30 minutes in. Maybe.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes into the film, I told Mal, I was like, you know what? I was like, this film is probably one of the weirdest films I've ever seen. With the exception of another film I watched in art school called Pi. Turns out, we looked it up on IMDb, turns out that the guy, Aronofsky, I don't know how to pronounce that, Aronofsky, I think that's it, Aronofsky. Requiem for a Dream was his second movie. That's the director. The first film he did was Pi. So once I found that out, it was like, it blew my mind. I was like, this makes so much sense, because when I watched that at SCAD, it was the weirdest film I'd ever seen in my life. It was really friggin' long. And the entire thing, if I'm not mistaken, was shot on a Bolex camera. And having used a Bolex personally, and hated using the Bolex because I'm not a film person. I like video. It was an interesting experience. Anyway, so Pi was weird, and then when I was watching this, it felt like I was watching Pi, but it was just, you know, this is not a traditional movie.
No.
This is not this isn't like, oh, I really like the part where Jack Black said that funny line. Like, this is not a traditional movie, and whenever I was watching it, I was thinking, when someone wants this kind of movie made, they are not doing it for the money. They are doing it because they have some sort of message that they want to tell in their own special way. Because, I can't imagine anyone going to see this in a theater, and anyone who did, that didn't know what it was ahead of time, would leave 20 minutes in, because the movie is crazy. I don't know.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. Would I recommend watching it? I think so, yeah. It's interesting. And you can check out Pi, too. I didn't care much for Pi. Maybe I would appreciate it more if I watched it again. I know it's been on Netflix recently. Pi is really out there. Really, really out there. Also, it's shot on a Bolex, which may turn off some people. Turned me off a little bit. But Requiem for a Dream was interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with stuff to say and I can't, so I'm just gonna stop. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. So check out Requiem for a Dream if you get a chance.
And you're old enough.
and you're old enough. Just keep in mind that it is not a traditional film, and if that's what you're expecting, you're gonna be disappointed because it's very different. It's something else. And apparently he also was responsible for Black Swan. Was he the director on Black Swan as well?
Yeah. That
Okay.
makes sense. From what I've heard of Black Swan.
Okay, so I don't know if that's a recent film. So if you guys saw Black Swan, he also directed Black Swan. And if you liked Black Swan, maybe check out Requiem for a Dream. But it's different. Whew. I don't know. And it was really, there were some parts that were, I don't know, really emotional and really, I felt like I was really connecting and caring for some of the characters, and I don't know, it's just, I would recommend you watch it if you can. It's really different, but check it out, definitely check it out. Anyway, I'm gonna stop now. It's late, we should probably get to bed, but thank you guys so much for watching, and let's meet back tomorrow. Shall we?